Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a good Sunday and having a good weekend. It is Storm bringing you another gaming news that will cover the past 2 weeks. We have a lot to go through, so without further ado, let's get on with it. Our first set of news, which was a late entry, so I didn't really get a chance to grab it, was PlayStation has announced that the PlayStation VR 2 will be available at retail stores on May 12th. So if you was planning on waiting on the VR 2 to get at a retailer, well, you'll start getting it in less than a month. So I hope everybody is able to get one now. Alright, our next thing we have is apparently Paragon is getting a remake. It says predecessor, a remake of Paragon is coming to PS5 and PS4 later this year. Paragon was a MOBA that Epic Games launched in 2016. Granted, I never played Paragon, so if it's getting a remake and it's gonna be coming out this year, I might take a look at it. I do play a little bit of MOBA games here and there, so I'm curious how will this one play out. Alright. Our next set of news is from the voice actor of Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, Yuri Lowenthal, saying that his part of the game development for Marvel Spider-Man 2 is done. Respond to somebody on Reddit. The person asked, "Have you finished doing voicing for Spider-Man 2? Yuri responded and said, "Yep, I can't wait for you to play it." Then the person asks, "Are you doing the motion capture for Spider-Man 2? Yuri also responds saying, "Yep, all done." So we got clear confirmation that Yuri Lowenthal has finished his voice acting and the motion mocap for Marvel Spider-Man 2. And if you remember, that happened, I believe it was like either early this month or last month. Tony Todd, who is voicing as Venom, went on Twitter saying that the game is coming out in September and the marketing will start in August. In my opinion, I think that's a little bit late to start the marketing and stuff. Especially we still haven't seen no new detail for Marvel Spider-Man 2. But according to some journalists, like, September is the month that they also heard also. Especially, I believe it was yesterday or 2 days ago, PlayStation quarter earning came out, and they did say they basically said to their investors that they're still confirming that yes, Marvel Spider-Man 2 is coming out in the fall. They told that to their investors. So I think it just comes down to when for a showcase or something for Marvel Spider-Man 2. I think at this point they need to show a showcase just to see what their first party have coming to them. But so far the rumor is that a PlayStation showcase is coming out before Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest. That's in June. So the rumor says that from May going up to probably June 10th, there's supposed to be some type of showcase. I think at this point we're just waiting till PlayStation announce it. Alright, on to our next news that we have is Bungie next project game. This image comes from TCMF Games. He does very good work when it comes to any gaming news, and him making like an actual video game posters for it. Not gonna lie, if this was an actual poster, I would get it. But besides that, it said that Bungie next project is going to be a PlayStation 5 title. The game is from a third-person perspective according to the job listings, and the game is being developed on the Bungie's engine, and the coding for the game is Matter. So it's gonna be interesting what this turned out to be, especially it's not a first-person shooter game, because Bungie, to my knowledge, Bungie only did like first-person shooters from Halo going to Destiny. Like, I could be wrong, but the fact that according to the job listing is a third-person perspective, which in my opinion I prefer, honestly. So I'm curious to see what it is and stuff. Yeah. But by the sound of it, it will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive, which is pretty interesting thing though, because when Sony did bought Bungie, they did say all their future projects will still remain multiplayer. It's like PlayStation bought Bungie not to make exclusive for them. Like, they bought them for their talent when it comes to games as a service, which PlayStation is some of the new acquired PlayStation studios are working on, like Haven Studios. They just recently bought Firewall. You know, we haven't seen none of their games, but apparently behind the scenes, PlayStation saw what they were working on, and I guess whatever they were working on was impressed them enough that, yeah, we're just gonna acquire you. So hopefully whenever the showcase comes out, we get to see what all these games as a service games that they're making and stuff. In my opinion, I have no problem with games as a service as long as done well. And of course, some people are worried that Sony focusing on gaming as a service, that the quality of their story-driven games is gonna go down. I'm not, in my opinion, I'm not worried about that, because, well, it can cause some cautious, because lately not a lot of games as a service games have worked and stuff. Like, I guess like Destiny still works because it's still going on, and Warframe and all that. So that's why I believe, like, as long as done well, it could be very good. So we just gotta wait and see. I think if Bungie helping out the studios how to do it well, I think we'll still get our traditional first-person quality games and games as a service in a perfect balance. At least that's what I hope for. Good quality story-driven games and good multiplayer games as a service games. That's the dream I hope for. Alright, on to our next set of news. It is Guerrilla Games head got promoted at PlayStation. Yeah, it says Guerrilla Games studio head Agni Smith, I hope I pronounced that right, promoted to PlayStation, confirms a new Horizon game is in the works. This is the quote: "We have full confidence in our new leadership, expanding the world of Horizon will outline the next adventure in our exciting online project." In my opinion, if you did not beat Forbidden West, you should not. If you beaten Horizon Forbidden West, it's not surprising that there's gonna be a third game. I'm not gonna spoil what happened at the ending, but if you beaten it and played it, like, you could clearly tell, like, yeah, there's gonna be a third game. Especially if you played the Burning Shore DLC. It basically is basically the middle gap that would ties from Forbidden West into the third game. But the thing that is that got me very interested when they said their online project. Because if you don't know, earlier this year, apparently there was like a sorry for the bell noise. That was my cat waking up. If you don't know, there was a leak image of there was a leak image and video of a alpha build of a Horizon multiplayer game. By the looks of it, it didn't look like you had set characters, so it looked like you could probably make your own character, but I'm not 100% on that. To be honest, I hope you can make your own character. But anyway, there was a leak image and video of a alpha build of a Horizon multiplayer game. So if this is the online project that they're talking about, more than likely we'll probably see it sometime later this year or next year. I'm kind of hoping for the latter right now. But yeah, good to see that Horizon is doing very well. I did enjoy playing the Burning Shore. The story was actually good, and the ending boss fight, yeah, I could kind of see why the DLC was only on the PS5. Of course, a lot of people would probably be upset that because they had to get a PS5 for it and stuff. But granted, now that PS5s are more available now compared to 2020 and 2021, because now the whole chip shortage thing had been sorted out and stuff. And Horizon Forbidden West does have like the free PS5 upgrade, and I think Horizon Forbidden West does have that free PS5 upgrade, and you could also gotten Horizon Forbidden West free on the PlayStation Plus. I believe it was for this year or last. Nah, I think it was for this month or last month. One of those two. You manage to snag that, you just basically have to pay $20 just for the DLC. Like that's pretty much all you have to do. So, we're probably, I have a feeling we're probably gonna see the look of Horizon 3 next year, because it kind of feels like they are already, well, I'm assuming they've already been working on it since Forbidden West came out. But I think that game is a lot more closer to coming out than we think. Well, a lot more well, not really close to coming out. I would say far more in development than we think. Well, at least in my opinion. So, I'm just hoping that Decima engine that Guerrilla Games been using, I'm hoping that it's become far more advanced, because so far that is the best engine that they have. It's like really, really good. Alright. Not to get sidetracked, on to our next ones. Our next one is From Software have released a trailer for Armored Core 6 and the release date. Yeah, Armored Core 6 is releasing August 25th, 2023. And they also revealed the Premium Edition and the Collector's Edition of the game. The Collector's Edition, if I remember right, it was like 200 something, and the Premium Edition is like 400 something. So yeah, a lot of people are excited for Armored Core. And I believe right now it is available to pre-order on the PlayStation Store right now. I'm not gonna lie, I did thought about buying it because I am a big fan of mechs and stuff, but I did call myself because I'm like, I need to see more before I make the jump. because I never played an Armored Core game, so I don't know what to expect. So I want to see like full actual gameplay, HUD and all, to see how it plays and stuff before I decide if I want to get it. But it does look good. Not taking away from that, it does look really good. Right. On to our next one. It is Remedy put out some statements about for Alan Wake 2 and their other 2 games that they have that they got working on. The stuff that Remedy said their current projects are Alan Wake 2 is on its last major phase of full production. It is still slated to release later this year. And they're also working on Control 2 and Max Payne 1 and 2 Remake. And right now is at the progressing to the proof of concept stage. So when it comes to Control 2 and Max Payne 1 and 2 Remake, that they're not coming out anytime soon, but they're still assuring that Alan Wake 2 is coming out for this year. Alright. Our next bit of news that we have is last week Capcom had a showcase for Street Fighter 6. Capcom had a showcase for Street Fighter 6 where they go over the new modes, and also they launched a demo for everybody to try out. And they said the 4 characters are going to be coming like in DLC forms. The first Street Fighter 6 character that's coming is Rashid. He comes summer 2023. After him is Aki, which I believe is a new character. She comes autumn 2023. Then we got Ed, winter 2024. Well, he might be the last one. And then we have Akuma, which comes spring 2024. I did try the demo. I did live stream it. If you want to check that out, it's on the channel. Overall, it was a pretty fun game. They did added like 2 different control styles, which is the other one is like the traditional Street Fighter arcade stick mode, but then they added one called Modern. Basically, is just for players to play the game more easier, because I think when it comes to like Street Fighter, Tekken and stuff, a lot of people would prefer to use a what is it called, like a fighter stick and stuff, like the actual ones that you actually go to an arcade and play, instead of they're using like a gaming controller. So I think Capcom added just so people who don't have an arcade stick and just use regular PlayStation or Xbox controller, they'd be able to play the game more easier and have a chance against the ones who use arcade stick. And I think that's pretty cool. Alright, our next one we have is the PlayStation Plus games for May. We got Grid Legends, Chivalry 2, and Descenders. Yeah, Descenders, Extreme. Yeah, whatever the name is. Never played any of these 3 games, so I'll probably check out to see if they're worth playing and stuff. So far, PlayStation Plus games have been pretty good. For the past couple of months, they've been pretty good. Probably when I'm curious what's gonna be the premium and the premium tier games. It's the bell again for my cat. She came back in the room. Alright. The next news that I have, it is Matter of fact, nah. Alright, our next news we have is Square Enix is having a pre-launch celebration for Final Fantasy 16 on June 11th. The pre-launch will be at June 11th at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and will be in Los Angeles. The location of where in Los Angeles have not been posted yet. They're probably gonna wait till later on until they get everything finalized. So if you're in the Los Angeles area, check out the pre-launch because last week they did have, it was either last week or the week before, they had influencers come out to London, to the London tour, and they got to play Final Fantasy 16. But of course, we don't know what they played, because of course they're under an NDA. They cannot say what they pretty much, so far what I seen, they can't say anything. The only thing I seen from it, that people was taking pictures of the event. Like, you see people playing the game on the PS5s and stuff, but you can't see what they're playing. And when somebody did took a picture of the screens and so, it was just showing the title screen for the game. So believe me, I've been looking to see if I could catch something, but so far what I've seen, yeah, they're keeping it on the low to avoid any spoilers, which I can respect. And that's definitely my 2023 most anticipated game right now. So we're almost there. We're almost there finally getting it. I believe we're at like 51 or 52 days away from playing the game. So yeah, I remember when I first pre-ordered, it was in the hundreds. So I'm truly excited to finally get my hands on it. But that also ties into the announcement from PlayStation and Square Enix that they have announced a PS5 bundle and a custom PS5 shell and controller for Final Fantasy 16. Yes, PlayStation have announced that a Final Fantasy 16 bundle is coming, and unfortunately the custom shell and the controller is only available in Japan. We don't know if they will release it to the West. I'm hoping they do, because even though the shell could have been better, they could add a little bit more designs to it. Probably have like what they should have done. They should have the painting that had all the icons on the wall for one of the trailers. Like, that should have been on the PS5. But for this one, they could have done a little bit more. They could add probably fire on the outer part of the shell and stuff. But that controller does look really cool, because I think the picture is from how it looks on the skill tree in the Final Fantasy 16 menu. But yeah, I'm hoping it does get to the West. I know some people are probably gonna try to get it, probably buy it and have it delivered if you live on the West. But yeah, and if I can't get the shell, I would definitely want the controller. And to wrap up this last bit of news, we got a statement from Respawn regarding Star Wars Jedi Survivor. You may not know, Jedi Survivor have released, and so far the reviews are positive, but in my opinion, the score that it got in, I raised an eyebrow when I saw the score, especially what I'm experiencing from the game. Like, the game is fun And the story, I'm still early on in the game. I'm going through my playthrough right now. Right now I'm uploading my part 3 of my playthrough. But it's like, what's the word for it? Like, the story is good, the gameplay is good. It just, the performance is not the best. Like this performance, it could have been delayed a little bit longer. Honestly, because so far I haven't experienced any bugs or crashes like that. Like I've seen some people said they're experiencing bugs and stuff. So far I haven't experienced that. But but from my experience, it just the performance looked bad. In some cases, the like how the areas look clay, like clay, especially when you're in the starting area of the game, which there like a whole lot of stuff around you and stuff. Like the game kind of struggled to render all of that perfectly. And when it comes to performance, I'd be like in gameplay, I'd be doing like 60, but as soon as I go into a cutscene, it feels like my frame like drops to the 30s, which is hella weird. So I'm still gonna keep playing through it and stuff, and hopefully as I continue playing before I finish the game, that the Respawn will put out a patch for it. But here's their statement that they said on what people have been saying for Jedi Survivor. And the typical PR statement said, "We are aware that Star Wars Jedi Survivor isn't performing to our standards for a percentage of our PC players, in particular those with high-end machines or certain specific configuration. For example, a player using cutting-edge multi-thread chipset designed for Windows 11 were encountering problems on Windows 10, or a high-end GPU coupled with lower performing CPU also saw unexpected frame loss. Rest assured, we are working to address these cases quickly. While there is no single comprehensive solution for PC performance, the team has been working on fixes we believe will improve performance across the spectrum of configurations. We are committed to fixing these issues as soon as possible, but each patch requires significant testing to ensure we don't introduce a new problem. Thanks for the understanding, and apologies to any of our players experiencing these issues. We will continue to monitor performance across all platforms and share update timing as soon as it's available." The Star Wars Jedi team. And this is just all PR talk, because far too frequently now that we're getting games that are not performing well at launch, and we're getting that typical, we'll fix it later. Like, this is just getting ridiculous at this point. We have Forspoken, we got Jedi Survivor, what else games we had? The whole thing that's going on with Redfall, like this is some bullcrap. Like, come on, this is not a good look. And and I saw Jedi Survivor was actually getting reviewed badly by users on Metacritic, and the Steam page have posted that Jedi Survivor is overly negative, because I think as it is right now, like, the performance on consoles are not that great, but what I heard, PC is worse, and that's bad for PC. That's very bad for PC, because PC players are most likely just not good. They're most likely getting a refund right now for this game, because This is like the similar situation that happened with Batman Arkham Knight going on PC, and that thing was very bad optimized for PC standards, and thus it created the I believe it created the whole, it was either I think it was like Steam refund policy, or just a whole new refund policy for PC in general. So hopefully the patch comes soon. By the looks of it, they're trying to release a patch for the PC first, and probably worry about consoles later. But time will tell when we'll finally get those fixes. Okay, well, that was the news for the past 2 weeks. A lot happened. I'm curious what's gonna happen this following week, because we're about to enter into May. So I'm hoping PlayStation give us some type of clue of a showcase coming and stuff. Like, if I would have to guess, if they do a showcase, they're probably gonna do a showcase. But I think when it comes to Marvel Spider-Man 2, I have a feeling they would most likely do like a state of play focus for it. Okay, they have done it before for their first party games. Like they did one for Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima. So I would not be surprised. I see it. They will show a new trailer for Marvel Spider-Man 2 and stuff. Probably show a little gameplay here and there and stuff. But then close to launch, they will probably do like a state of play focus for Marvel Spider-Man 2. I do like a deeper breakdown for the game, because when Spider-Man PS4, before that thing launched, you had a whole bunch of thing coverage in it. You got like Game Informer, Game Informer doing their thing, releasing 20-minute gameplay, like all this jazz. So hopefully we'll hear about it soon. Alright. Well, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. This is Storm, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.